Well, somebody's making a one-handed catch with a flat mitt.
Yeah, he's going against the grain with the one-handed catch, but when you're Honus Wagner, you can do that kind of thing.
When you're Honus Wagner, you can do anything.
Yeah, it's a great shot of him. The reason I picked this picture is I had never seen that image before.
I haven't either.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of images of him throughout the years, but never this one, so I liked this one.
He always looked like such an old man playing. But,
yeah, I know. Was he ever young?
I know.
But yeah, it's a classic face for a classic player.
That's a beautiful print too. I love the everything about it.
Yeah, the sepia tone is nice instead of just a stark black and white.
And signed, yours truly,
J. Honus Wagner.
Ah, I see he went with a pretentious first initial, like C. Thomas Howell.
Yeah, he did that. He did that more in the early days. So this is a fairly early signature. This one's authenticated by James Spence, who's one of the top authenticators. And I really liked it because of the boldness of that signature.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Cool picture to go along with it.
Really good. Great choice.
Yeah, Honus Wagner.
Wow, a couple of pirates with the crossed bats.
Yeah, we got Big Poison and Little Poison.
Ha! Is that what they called them?
Yeah, those are the Waner brothers. They were actually brothers, both in the Hall of Fame, both having played for Pittsburgh in the 1930s predominantly. And I just love this shot because it just looks so serious, like they mean business.
Yeah, they look like ball players for sure.
Yeah, they were no-nonsense guys back then. And these two were both great. Paul Waner was the slightly better player. He racked up some better batting statistics. Lloyd Waner was more of a finesse player and a great fielder. But as brothers, they were both phenomenal for the Pittsburgh Pirates. What I liked about this image, other than them just looking like they really mean business, is the crossed bats. Anything with the crossed bats just draws my attention.
Just look at the TSOG logo, baby.
Yeah.
Love these.
Big Poison and Little Poison.
Oh, there he is from our last little card spot, Rogers Hornsby.
Yeah, if you think back to Little League, you know, when the way you're supposed to field a grounder, you're supposed to kind of bend the knees and get down low.
I don't know in front of the ball.
Yeah, I don't think he's exhibiting the correct form for fielding a ground ball.
Except two hands.
He is using two hands, and he is Rogers Hornsby, the greatest second baseman of all time.
Yeah, you tell him how to field a grounder.
Well, I was not known for my fielding, so I will not say anything. But I will say that this is a classic image. It's the same exact image as used for his 1933 Gowdy card. Very famous image of him fielding a ground ball.
Yeah, I love that. Another strong signature too, huh?
Yeah, the signature itself has a nice flourish to it. Often he would end it with that flourish at the end of the Y. And I just love his signature. It's kind of this puffy, majestic signature. They all took such pride in their autographs back then.
Well, you know, there was like no mass media to put your stuff across. So you did what you could with what you had. And your signature was one of the big promotional things.
Their signature was like a snapshot of who they were as a person. So they took great pride in it, and they signed it very consistently every time.
Well, that's a great one.
Yeah, nice bold one that Hornsby penned. I just love it.
That's a classic.
Yeah, isn't that great? Again, it's on an index card, but Roy Campanella always signed diagonally on the index cards. So I didn't try to straighten it out or rotate it.
Right.
I wanted to keep it on that diagonal plane because that's so typical of the way he signed.
It's a signature.
Yeah, of course, pre-accident. He had a horrible car accident that forever changed the way he signed his name. He needed a machine that actually helped him to sign his name in his later days. But this is pre-accident. It's a beautiful example of his signature, and I just love the image of him finishing his swing and looking so majestic in that shot.
Classic. I love it.
What an amazing figure he was, and what a great role model.
Well, now we all know this guy.
There he is, the great Satchel Paige.
I love his autograph.
Yeah, his autograph is a classic.
So classy looking.
There he is as a young rookie with stars in his eyes at age 42.
Oh, wow. That's right, because he was in the Negro Leagues for so long, right?
Right. He finally broke into Major League Baseball with the Cleveland Indians in 1948. And that shows the magnificent Indians uniform and Satchel getting ready for play.
That's a great shot, huh?
It's a wonderful shot of him, and it just accompanies the signature so beautifully.
Yeah, I love that. Satchel Paige, what a hero.
A hero, a character, and a great American.
Absolutely. That's a line drive to second base, and oh, what a catch!
Jackie Robinson snares another one. Although I don't see a ball in his mitt, actually, but we can assume that it went in there.
Oh, wow, that's a great one, huh?
Yeah, I love that pose. It's just a classic Jackie image with the scoreboard in the background. You got the Burma shave and the Abe Stark. It's just a classic image of Jackie.
And you get the fake autograph and the real one.
Yeah, the fake isn't not even an attempt to replicate his actual autograph, but the one below is a textbook example. He liked to sign best wishes, and that is a picture-perfect Jackie autograph. I think that has to rate a 10 out of 10.
So strong. It looks like he signed it yesterday.
Yeah, it's really bold. It's beautiful. It is a slabbed autograph behind the mat there. I like it better without the slab. I like to match them up with the pictures, and I think this one is no exception.
Yeah, I love how you match the pictures. And your framing and your matting.
Yeah, thank you. It came out awfully well. It's hard not to come out good when you got such great subject matter as Jackie.
That's true. 42.
42.
Well, look at this fancy one. Comes with a letter, huh? Who's that?
Well, it's a full letter from Charles Comiskey.
Comiskey, like Chicago, Comiskey Park, right?
Yeah, the owner of the White Sox and a former player, as you can see on the left.
Wow, he played way back in the day, huh?
Yeah, no glove, barehanded. He's fielding a ball for the St. Louis Browns.
But I didn't know Comiskey was a baseball player, too.
He was a player way back in the day, pre-turn of the century. And this letter is one that he wrote to Deacon McGuire, a fellow player of that era. And it's just a letter of gratitude, but you can see that it's signed in the most beautiful, ornate signature, Charles Comiskey.
Yeah, and that cool letterhead and with the golden seal there.
Yeah, you can see it's a fantastic embossed logo. It actually sticks out from the paper. And it's got the gold filament and the white sock. It's just a beautiful, beautiful insignia from the early Chicago White Sox era.
And then one of those really crazy shots you see of those old-time players. Sometimes they have like a magic ball in front of them or something.
Yeah, they used the old suspended ball that would hang on a string from the ceiling. But yeah, this is a great shot.
I'll say.
Probably the earliest known image of Comiskey. But what makes it for me is the letterhead and the fact that he penned such a bold, beautiful fountain pen signature, Chaz A. Comiskey.
And there's the man himself, the award himself.
It's ironic that he never won the Cy Young Award, isn't it?
Yeah, what do you have, like 500 wins or something?
511 wins, probably the most unbreakable record in all of baseball.
Crazy. And it also goes to show that you don't have to look like a Hall of Fame athlete to be one.
Yeah, Steve Balboni, John Kruk, Cy Young, they all had something in common, didn't they?
Yeah.
And the signature was definitely signed as an older gentleman. You can see that he never really had a neat signature, but he just kind of did what he had to do to get his name on paper, and that's kind of what this one portrays.
Right. It's a nice size, though.
Nice size. It's actually a full index card underneath the matting, and it's authenticated. It's actually in a PSA slab.
That is a great picture with either a small batter or a giant catcher.
Yeah, it's a great image of Bobby Wallace, the Hall of Fame shortstop for the St. Louis Browns. He played in the T206 era, the dead ball era, and he wasn't really a force with his bat, but he was a great fielder and certainly good enough to make the Hall of Fame. The reason I love this image is it shows him in contrast to the catcher, and it shows what a diminutive little guy he was.
No kidding.
For a Hall of Famer to be that small, I guess was possible back then in the days of Miller Huggins and Bobby Wallace.
Before Freddie Patek.
Before the days of Patek. And I love it too because the catcher is just slightly bent over. He's not in a full squat, and it really demonstrates how they did it back then in the dead ball era. The catchers were practically standing up. They didn't really go into a full squat until later in the 1920s.
Well, he looks like Lurch compared to him.
Yeah, it's quite the contrast, and that's what I love about the picture.
And a great autograph.
Great autograph. A really nice, clean one from Bobby Wallace there.
Wow, that's a different one, huh? Testimonial dinner.
Yeah, on December 1st, 1932, at the Shoreham Hotel in New York, they did a testimonial dinner for Walter Johnson.
Huh. Is that like a roast? What is it?
It's kind of like a roast. It's like more of a complimentary event. to celebrate the career of Walter Johnson.
Right.
It just so happens that this was 5 years after the last game he ever pitched, so it was like a 5-year anniversary of his retirement. And what more perfect time to celebrate the life and the career of Walter Johnson.
Oh, that is so awesome. And what an autograph it is, huh?
Oh yeah, he slapped a beautiful autograph right beside his face on this one. Just an unimpeded, flowing, classic autograph of Walter Johnson. And we know it was signed in 1932, which makes it all the more cool.
No kidding. And Walter Johnson, one of the all-time greats, huh?
Arguably the best pitcher of all time. I think most consensus would have him at number 1. Now, I've seen about 3 or 4 others of these, so probably after the event or as the event was winding down, he probably signed a few. The pamphlet looks like it's about 10 inches tall by 6 inches wide, so it's a nice sized piece. I don't have it framed and matted like the others.
Works just the way it is.
Yeah.
Can we see the back real quick?
Absolutely.
Oh, cool. So those are all the sponsors or whatever, huh?
That is the committee sponsoring the testimonial dinner to Walter Johnson. Gosh, it looks like at least, 150 to 200 names there.
And what a scene, huh? Midtown Manhattan, 1932.
Yeah, the Shoreham Hotel is still there. It looks like it's still a pretty swanky place, too. So it was a big deal at the time and a nice way to honor one of the greatest pitchers, if not the greatest of all time.